Yes, so my people, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching or listening to me from. Mo ti rí àwọn tèmi bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbórí wọlé. I see my brother Franklin, I call him the magic finger. Àwọn ilé ń tẹ yàtì, tán bá gbé ọwọ́ lé, wọ́n ń tẹ nǹkan. Wọ́n bá káwọ́ lé, wọ́n ń tẹ nǹkan. Orí ẹ̀ ṣùpọ̀, àwọn ilé ń lu nǹkan, wọ́n ń lu nǹkan. Mo ní wọn lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ o, wọ́n yí mi ká ẹni tó ń tẹ nǹkan àtẹni tó ń lu nǹkan. Oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn ni mo ní, ṣùpọ̀ mo rí ẹ̀. Mo tún wá ní Jesus baby. Àwọn eléyìí ṣètọ́jú wòlíì. Oh my gosh. Justice Alayo. Èèyàn nìyẹn. As you are coming in, please help me share your platforms. Help me invite your friends. Help me invite your family members to connect to the show. Ẹ sọ fún ọ wípé Akin ti gorí ètò. Ètò wo Jagbanjatis lètò. Brought to you live by Yeti's Kitchen. Àwọn ń ṣe yàtì èmi ń sọ bótò rẹ́gí ṣe rẹ́gí ni. ẹ máa da love bolẹ̀, ẹ máa da love bolẹ̀, ẹ máa da love bolẹ̀. Smash the love button gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣà ṣùpọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, mojúbà ọmọdé, mojúbà àgbàlagbà, mojúbà ọkùnrin, mojúbà obìnrin o, mojúbà gbogbo ẹ̀yin ládéládé, mojúbà gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìjòyè, pàápàá jùlọ mojúbà ìdùmàrè ọba mi tó ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ ọjọ́ lọ́wọ́, òjí kùtùkùtù faṣọlá bora ọba mi jìnwìnjìnwìn ilẹ̀, agbọ́nrẹ́ kọjá ọgbọ́n, ọba tó mọ̀ tayọ ìmọ̀, ẹni náà tí kì í bẹ́nikẹ́ni ṣàpapín ògo, ọ̀ni àgbà tó ní gbogbo lẹ̀kílẹ̀. Òun ló lóhùn, òun ló fún mi lóhùn pé kí n máa sọ. Mojúbà orí mi o, orí owó, orí ọlá, orí òkìkí, orí tó ń gbè mí níjà nígbà gbogbo, orí tí ò sùn. Mojúbà o. Ìtùnú akórèdé, àwọn náà tún gbórí wọlé padà after wọ́n ti lọ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà. Good to have you again on the show, my brother. Akórèdé Ìtùnú. Àbúrò olóòtú ètò náà ti gbórí wọlé o, Ẹ̀bùn Olúwa. Mo kí ẹ o, Ẹ̀bùn. Thanks for coming tonight. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wọlé ẹ máa bá mi share ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń share ẹ̀, ẹ máa pèrò sọ́kọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pèrò sọ́kọ̀ ẹ máa smash love button yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ kórìí mi máa wú níbikíbi tí n bá wà. Kò easy. Ọkùnrin tó ń sun rárá fọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ akọ́ṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe o. Right. This show is brought to you live by Yeti's Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in the whole of UK, but they are situated in Manchester. Right, let's quickly get to the commercial room. Yeti's Kitchen, dúró dè wá ńbẹ̀, and then when we return, we will get on straight into the show. Engineer, Bambi, okay.
Yeti's Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester. Chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address one, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yetiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yetiskitchen.com. Yeti's Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for staying on the show with me. Hopefully more people will connect as we proceed on the show. That was Yeti's Kitchen, the sponsor of this show. They're doing a wonderful job. Like I always say, if you are in Manchester or its surroundings, you can visit their restaurant to enjoy their delicious meals. And also, if perhaps you live far away, but within UK, they can deliver your order straight to your doorstep. So just get on their website, make your order wherever you are, and they will deliver to you. Um, for your event, weddings, birthday, garden parties, anything, just contact them for whatever um, food needs you have, and then they will sort you out. Also, for people visiting probably from Nigeria and you have only your Nigerian card with you, you can still shop on their website. They accept Naira payment. The book put together by Chef Yeti, African Vegan, is still very much on sale. So you can contact them to get a copy or you visit their website. It has recipes, healthy food recipes from around, the world, Nigeria, especially Africa. These are step by steps guides or instructions that you can follow and you can prepare these meals yourself at home. It will improve your diet. Right, let's get straight into the show. Egbon Mourinho, Ekaleo, thanks for joining. Egbon Godwin, thank you for connecting again tonight. I see you. Um, for those who have joined but probably didn't leave a comment and I don't know they're online, I greet you all as well. Mi ò fojú pa ẹnìkankan rẹ́ nínú yín o. Right, let's get straight into the show. Láì fi àsìkò ẹnikẹ́ni ṣòfò. The topic for tonight, the discussion we will be having tonight is what I call addiction. Addiction. I know this word is not strange to anyone on this show. And there is possibly one or two people on this show as well suffering from one form of addiction or the other. So tonight we will be looking at what is addiction. We will be looking at the various types or forms of addictions that we have. We'll also be looking at treatment and how you can cope with your kind of addiction. I am not a medical expert, so I will not be approaching this topic from that perspective. I will be speaking from a day-to-day point of view so that every one of us can relate. So don't expect any heavy medical terms or jargon from me. I'm just going to tell you everything I know about addiction, and because this is something I have dealt with also in my life, and I'm just here to share with you what I know. Contributions are welcomed. Just drop your comment on the comment section. I'll keep an eye on that and possibly bring up anyone that I find interesting. If you disagree with anything I'll be saying, feel free to put your views in the comment section. Maka, I will go through it and we will reach a compromise. At some point, I will give out the link for whoever wants to join me on the show to make one or two contributions or share their personal experience if they would like to do that for us on the show. ṣùkọ́ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o, gbogbo àwọn level tí mi ò fẹ́ máa wọ̀ ni ó fẹ́ máa mú mi lọ yẹn o. Jẹ́ ká fà àwọn fruitful elements yẹn sílẹ̀. You know, we are stupendously rich. We just follow covenant. You know, àwa ò ṣe nǹkan tí àwa kàn ń tẹ̀lé àṣẹ Ìdùmarè ni. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bẹ́ wọn lórí lọ. Anyway, let's get serious. Okay. Now, what is addiction? First and foremost, I would like to say that addiction is a form of mental illness. Okay, whether we believe it or not, it's a psychological issue. Okay, and in the easiest form of definition, addiction is the inability to stop engaging in a behavior that, you know, it's causing you some form of harm. So you keep doing certain things that, even though they're not beneficial to you, but somehow you keep going back to it. That is the simplest definition of addiction. When we talk about addiction, what readily comes to people's mind is maybe people taking drugs, you know, and this is a form of addiction, and this is the category of substance addiction. So people who take drugs, cocaine, heroin, and, you know, other forms of substance, that is what normally comes to mind. But then we have a whole lot of other types of addictions that people are also dealing with. Yes, Mr. Banks, you're welcome tonight. Thank you for connecting. We're just kicking off, so you've not missed a lot. So just continue to follow us. Thank you for connecting. We're yet to see Madam BC. We don't know what is holding her back, but hopefully she will join us before we finish. So as I was saying, addiction is, you know, your inability to stop engaging in a behavior, even though it's causing you some form of harm. So, and like I said, when we mention addiction, the first thing that comes to people's mind is drugs. You know, that is not the only form of addiction that we have. We have a host of other forms of addiction, which we will be looking into tonight. So is addiction treatable? Yes, but like I said earlier, it's a kind of mental illness. Inú ọpọlọ ló wà. And the way addiction works is that you get to a point where you don't have control over that particular behavior anymore. It becomes something of compulsion. It's like a compulsive behavior. Despite that, you get harmed. Despite that, this is not beneficial to you. You find yourself keep doing it. You find yourself keep going back to that behavior. So let's look at the forms of addiction that we have. We have substance addiction and non-substance addiction. So the substance addiction, are basically drugs, heroin, um, weed, um, cocaine, and all forms of substances that people indulge in. Then we have the non-substance addiction. Examples of such are gambling. Some people are addicted to gambling. Ẹlòmíì ó ti fi ilé ẹ̀ ó ti fi bet bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú tó jẹ́ pé lénìí kò ní lé lórí mọ́. Ẹlòmíì ti gbé gbogbo sálárì ẹ̀ ó ti fi bet. If you go to betting shops, you see so many of them. They sit in front of the TV and they keep pouring their money on horses, on dogs. Ajá three kó gbéra. Ajá three ò bá ti gbéra, owó wọgbó nìyẹn, owó ń jóná. And despite, imagine somebody, on his payday, ó ṣe gba owó oṣù straight, ó dẹ̀ walk into betting shop and walked out of that betting shop empty-handed. Gbogbo nǹkan tó fi 30 days tó fi ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀ tó ṣe san fún un, ó dẹ̀ ti sọnù nínú betting shop. Ó dẹ̀ ń lọlé lọ́wọ́ òfo. And such a person, the next available owó tó bá tún bọ́ sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, betting shop ló tún padà lọ. That is somebody addicted to gambling. Sadly, we have, stories of so many footballers who are in this. Some of them have, shared their stories after they were able to, go for treatment and break this habit. They lost it. Some of them, it got to a point they can't even pay for their parking. Somebody that is earning thousands of pounds every week, they're out of pocket. So addiction, it's a terrible thing. But whoever is addicted to that particular behavior, keep going back to it. Despite that, they're getting harmed from it. Some people are addicted to food, which has led to them developing health issues. They don't know how to stop. Come on, gbóúnjẹ gbáwájú wọn báyìí ni. They can't stop. They can't stop eating. So it has led to obesity. Some of them have developed diabetes and all kind of, wanting heart issues and things like that. But they still eat. They can't stop. That's a form of addiction. Some people are addicted to internet, social media, and their phones. Ẹlòmíì tílé fi jóná, tí nǹkan tó ń ṣe tó fi gbaná tílé fi jóná, ó wà lórí Snapchat. Àwọn ò mọ̀ pé ibì kankan ni wọ́n ti ń snap. Wọ́n wà ní church, wọ́n ń kọrin lọ́wọ́ àbọ̀ ń pray, wọ́n á yọ fóònù jáde, wọ́n á ya ahọ́n síta, ẹ mọ̀ bóyá máa ń yọ ahọ́n yẹn. Wọ́n máa tẹ kíní yẹn, àwọn àyè ọ̀rùn báyìí, àwọn àyà ahọ́n síta. They lose themselves when it comes to that particular behavior. Some are addicted to gaming, some are addicted to sex. On do parara. They can't just wọ́n lè dóbọ̀n kò rẹ̀ wọ́n. So ẹlòmíì from there, ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó kù lára ẹ̀ báyìí gan tó bá drain gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ kò kúnnú kò kúnnu kánù kóòkì kan mọ́. Orí lásán ló kù bí edé, ó mì jolojolo kiri ìgboro báyìí ni. But kó bá ṣe ń lọ báyìí tó bá tún ti rí ọmọ kan báyìí tó ti sáré máa, oh hi sis, you look gracious. Ṣé a lè mọ́ra jù báyìí lọ? Ó tún fẹ́ dóbò nìyẹn. So some are addicted to sex. A ti rí yín o, Madam Bisi, ẹ káàbọ̀ o. I've just spoken about you and I said you will join us later. I'm on Toshele. But at least Peju Lane, you're welcome. We're talking about addiction, and we've done few. We've not, just few stuff. We've not gone too much. Please drop in the comment section, all of you listening, other forms of non-substance addiction that you know. Let me just test your let me test you before I move into this next section I want to talk about, because there is something I need to clarify, but I really want to know whether it's worth it or not. Please, just in the comment section, just drop other forms of non-substance addiction that you know. I've mentioned few. I've mentioned food. I've mentioned sex. I've mentioned gambling. I've mentioned internet and phone. So drop in the comment section some other form of addiction that you know before I go into this next section. Let me see. Social media, food shopping. Yes, we've mentioned that. Cleaning addict. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, kíní nìyẹn. Ìyẹn ò ń ṣe addiction. OCD nìyẹn. Some people can talk for Africa. Ẹjọ́ rírò yìí ni. Okay, so talking. Okay. Who else? Oh yeah. Any other ones? Okay, let me proceed. Power addiction. Power addiction. Some people are addicted to power. Okay, to an extent. Yes, to an extent. Taba elaborate. Yes, I think this works. Okay. Right. I want to clarify or make a distinction between addiction and misuse. Right? Because oftentimes I've noticed that people confuse the two. Gbogbo nǹkan kọ́ ni addiction. Right? Misuse simply refers to inappropriate use or inappropriate behavior, or say somebody kò kọjá limit ẹ̀ ní alcohol, ó mu more than normal, wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí misbehave, ó bì, ó yàgbẹ́ sára, ó fìdíwọ́ and everything like that. Now, you don't just look at such a person and say, oh, he's an alcohol addict. No. In tó ṣe ẹni yẹn is just misuse ni, right? Misuse ni. Ó mú kọjá limit ẹ̀ ni. Ó ṣe kọjá agbára ẹ̀ ni. So not everybody that misuses a substance has an addiction, right? On the other hand, addiction is such that this person no longer has control to stop. This person keep relapsing and keep going back to this habit despite the harm, the disgrace, the ridicule that they are facing from this kind of behavior. They've lost control. They have no control. Wọ́n lè sọ pé mi ò ṣe mọ́. Wọ́n á kàn gbéra lójú ẹsẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lọ ṣe kinní ẹ̀. Wọ́n á kàn gbéra lójú ẹsẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lọ ṣe kinní ẹ̀ nìyẹn. That is addiction. When tó yó lẹ́ẹ̀kan tó bara jẹ́ does not necessarily mean that person is an addict. Ó misuse alcohol ni. But everybody that is an addict definitely ló misuse substance. So ó mú kọjá normal, ó bara jẹ́, ó so everything, ó fi gbogbo salary ẹ̀ ó fi gamble. Ó rojọ́ fún yàn kan, wọ́n ṣe láàánú, owó tán fún yẹn immediately ó tún padà lọ sínú betting shop. That is an addiction. Kì í ṣe tí wọ́n tàn sílẹ̀ kan pé wọ́n ń roll dice títì, wọ́n sáré ní kó náà gbé sí, òun náà wò pé àwọn kan kó ṣíkà kó kọ́wọ́ lé, ó ṣe bí ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì ó jẹ́ ó wà pé greed wá balẹ̀ wá sọ pé bá kóun sáré tún fi gbogbo owó tóun ti jẹ kóun fi sí, then ó wá lose gbogbo owó yẹn. You don't see such a person and say, oh, is a gambling addict. No. But tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ló sọnù. Wọ́n ṣàánú ẹ̀, wọ́n fún lówó pé kò tiẹ̀ fi maintain, kó kàn fi di nǹkan mú. Owó yẹn ó tún gbé again, ó tún padà lọ, ó tún lọ fi ń bet. That is an addiction. So I hope I've been able to clarify misuse and addiction. So you must understand, before you can say this person is an addict, only láti rí wípé is a consistent behavior. Ìwà yẹn ni ẹ kò àti mọ̀mọ́. You must understand that this person has no control. Kò tiẹ̀ lè lóun stop. And they just go back to it. Keep going back to it. And as a result of that, this behavior has left a long-lasting change in their brain. And that's why I call it a mental condition. They can't adjust again. They just have to do that. Àwọn kan wà party ni. Wọ́n ti wá lọ party débi wípé party tó wọ́n tiẹ̀ wá ń kà, wọ́n tó bá ra newspaper báyìí, obituary ni wọ́n ń kà ń bẹ̀. Àbí birthday àbí anything. Ṣíṣe ṣá, wọn ò mẹ́ni yẹn o, they just turn up. So they've moved from attending parties where they know the celebrant to parties where they are friend of friend, to parties where they are friend of friend of friend of friend of friend, now to parties where they don't even know the person. Tó bá ti ka newspaper báyìí, wọ́n máa copy address ibi tó ti fẹ́ ṣòkó àti tó fẹ́ ṣe wékìpì yẹn ni. Wọ́n ń lọ bẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n jókòó lérí. They just have to be somewhere. RMI ṣe wọ́n láti wà ń gbòòrò. Wọ́n bá rí dínkù wọn bẹ̀. Wọ́n bá máa fún wọn lóúnjẹ. Wọ́n bá fi wọ́n ṣẹ̀sín. Wọ́n tún lọ next one. So mentally ẹni yẹn ti ní problem. Now, what are the symptoms of addiction? Tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí ṣé addiction ló ní àbí nǹkan mẹ́, àwọn kankan àwọn sign wà tẹ́ máa fi mọ̀. So these signs varies based on the kind of addiction that the person is dealing with. So for example, ẹni tó ní gambling addiction, symptom tẹ́ máa kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ lára ẹni yẹn ni pé look, ẹni yìí will always be out of pocket. Tẹ́ bá ti rí èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n all the time ló ń tọrọ, àìdẹ̀wò pé kí lọ́gbẹ́ni yìí ń fowó ṣe. ẹ ti yẹ̀wò pé kì í ṣe pé wọ́n blackmail ẹ̀ pé báyà ó ń sanwó blackmailing kan bí kan àbẹ́ni. ẹ ti check everything. Then the next thing you should check is this person a gambler? Some people you don't even, tẹ́ bá trail wọn gan ẹ̀ lè rí wọn kọ́ wọnú betting shop or anything. There are betting apps on your phone now where people have already connected their bank cards to. So wọn tiẹ̀ ní láì ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbéra kúrò lé ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ sí betting shop or anything like that. Right from their phone, they can keep making the bet. I've had, the opportunity to speak to few gambling addicts. They just have to put money. In fact, ó lè débi wípé this person I spoke to, ó lè débi wípé tó bá kàn tiẹ̀ rí pé báyà wọ́n kàn tiẹ̀ ń show boxing, ìjà tó ti pẹ́ gan ni o. A tún ti sáré máa wò pé ẹni báyìí ló máa win, jẹ́ kó tún fi kíní báyìí, a tún máa bẹ́ẹ̀tì pẹ̀lú ra ẹ̀. It's that bad. So a symptom of somebody that is, a gambling addict is that person will always have money issues, financial issues, always out of pocket despite gainfully employed. Ẹ ti máa mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí no kankan ń gba owó lọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So somebody that is dealing with substance addiction, such a person also will have money issues because ẹni owó tán bá ti rí báyìí wọ́n lọ fi fagbá náà ni. Ẹni yẹn máa rí pé ó máa ta gbogbo nǹkan ní ẹ̀, kò ní nǹkan lé mọ́. Trainers á tà, boxers díẹ̀ á tà tó bá rí èèyàn rà, tó bá gba owó ẹ̀ kí lọ́ọ́ fi ṣe, ó lọ́ọ́ fi fagbá náà ni. People like that, you will see them, they will start having problems at work. People like that will be having relationship issues. Because tó bá ti wà ní mood pọ́ fẹ́ fa kíní yẹn tí ò work báyìí, problem á dé ni. Or owó tó yẹ kán fi ṣe upkeep family, they spend it on their addiction. So there will always be problems in the family. Health issues, you will notice that they have health issues. Báyọ̀ ń jẹun jù, food addiction are the problems wọn lára. Tẹ́ bá ra àwọn tó máa ń mugbó, ẹ kàn rí, they are so laid back. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan because they are out of zone. Wọ́n ti zone out. Ojú kan tó bá wà yẹn náà ni kò sí energy. Wọ́n á kàn máa smile ni. Torí àwọn ẹ̀mí tó ń rí àtàwọn nǹkan tó ń rí àtàwọn tó ń ṣeré fún wọn, ẹ̀yin ò rí wọn. Wọ́n á kàn máa smile ni. Wọ́n á kàn máa smile ni tí wọ́n ti zone out. So irú àwọn ẹni báyìí, they don't move forward in life. Their life is always disorganized. They are laid back. They postpone things, they don't keep appointment because half of the time gan báwo tiẹ̀ ti gbà yín pòun appointment because by the time tó àrùn ti gán gan nǹkan. So people like this ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ notice pé ẹni ń deal pẹ̀lú nǹkan kan ẹni ń deal pẹ̀lú nǹkan kan. The reason why I'm mentioning the symptoms is that people with addiction tend to hide their struggle. Kò sẹ́ni tó ní addiction tó ń flaunt ẹ̀. Should I also mention at this point that some people are addicted to pornography? Wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ má wò. Wọ́n ti bá a débi wípé wọn ò lọ sí sáìtì yẹn mọ́ nsìn, ó ti wà lórí fóònù wọn gan. Wọ́n ti dé level wípé wọn ò mọ̀ páwọn tiẹ̀ ti wà ní social gathering. Wọ́n ń wò ni. You tẹ́lẹ̀ you want to watch porn, you watch it in the confine of your own privacy. Now they watch it publicly. Wọ́n á ti gbàgbéra. We've had stories of ẹ tó jẹ́ pé ó ń wò nínú kíláàsì gan, ó ti gbàgbé pé headphone ti yọ headphone tó connect mọ́ laptop, they are in class. Ó sì fi headphone yẹn sétí, ṣùgbọ́n headphone ti yọ kúrò ní ara, ó ti unplug kúrò lára laptop. Gbogbo class báyìí kàn ń gbọ́ gbogbo ojú wa ń wò, òun dẹ̀ sì rò wípé òun nìkan lòun ń gbọ́. Irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ti wà addicted. But ẹ worú public ridicule tó rí yẹn sìn, tó bá tún dọ̀la pàdé mi á tún ṣe kí ni, á tún ṣàṣì because kò gbọ́dọ̀ má wò ni. So when you have, for example, somebody who's addicted to sex, you will see profound changes in their appearance, weight loss, because ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló ń dàfa. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní orí lásán ló máa kù báyìí tá máa mì, orí ló máa kù bí edé. Gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti gbẹ tán lára ẹ̀, Mr. Vulcanizer. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣẹ́kù mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n obìnrin ò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá wájú ẹ̀ báyìí. Wọ́n tún máa gbọ́ sísí mi jọ, ṣé ká mọ́ra jù báyìí lọ. So those are some of the symptoms you can symptoms of addiction. Like I said, they vary from they vary depending on the kind of addiction that a person is dealing with. Let's get to Yeti's Kitchen, our sponsor for this show. And when we return, I will get back into treatment. We'll look at treatment. We'll look at coping. We'll look at, how do you deal with addiction. I'll be back.
Yeti's Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester. Chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music, and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgọ̀yìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night, àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address money, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yetiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yetiskitchen.com. Yeti's Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Yes, so thank you for staying with me on the show. I've seen few of my people joining again. Papa, my brother Ayodele Onoshilu, thank you for connecting. And my sister Olajimoke Adeshawa. It's been a while. Thank you for finding time to join the show again tonight. Tẹ́ bá ń feel me, ó yẹ máa smash love button yẹn. It's been a bit quiet. Tó bá pé gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ti sọ so far, tí n bá make a brain. Show me love, show me love, show me love, show me love. Yes, so, yes, so. Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pọ̀mpù ẹ̀. Kí ló dé ẹ má ṣàwọn náà? Ẹ pọ̀mpù kìíní. Charging yín now. Anyway, I'd like to mention some few things before I go to how to deal with addiction. Why do addicts, why do they hide their struggles? Why don't they readily open up about it or talk about it? The simple reason is they will be judged. They will be judged by people who don't understand what they're dealing with. I was, few years back when I read stories about footballers who are also addicts. My joke but killing don't happen gone. People who bet, they bet because they want money, right? They want to double what is in their hand. But footballers are not, they're not struggling with money. They have money. Owó tó pọ̀ bí yẹ̀pẹ̀, wọ́n lówó thousands weekly. Why do they need to bet again? Why? So when we look at them from this perspective, we will always judge addict. There was a day I went to charge my car, and as I was plugging it, I saw this guy also came around, and then he sat just right in front of the charging point, and then he was unwrapping his crack cocaine. He wrapped it, put it in a pot, and then lighted. After I took the first drag, I went close to him, and then I started chatting him up. And I asked him what he was taking. He told me, we had a nice conversation, and I asked him why, he does it. He said, well, you just have to. I said, well, I understand you, but when are you going to stop? He said he's tried several times and he doesn't think he can stop. I said, well, I understand your struggle, but you're stronger than what you think. I wasn't judging him. I was just giving him courage. I was giving him strength. He's been kicked out of home by his mom because mom said, oh, now a bad boy, don't want to see me around anymore. So he's homeless. But anytime he gets money or money comes into his hand, the next thing he goes for is to get another hit. And the problem with their kind of addiction is that, you see, the substance you inject or the ones that you inhale, it quickly gets recognized by the brain instantly. So they get that hit quickly. But same way, they lose the hit. And that's why they have to go again. And this is how the addiction started. Until they get to a point where their brain now has been affected, and then they are no longer in control of when they use these things. There are people who are engaged in substances, but they only use them maybe socially. They know when to say no, I don't, I don't want, and they know when to say, guys, let's pump it up. They know when this shouldn't interfere with their business or job or family. So those are not addicts. They are substance users. And occasionally they can slip into misuse where, they get overdose or anything like that. But addict, they keep going back to it. They can't stop. They have no control. And oftentimes when we know, for example, a drug addict, we don't want them around us because they know their temperament is horrible. You don't know when they will spark. When they need to get the hit, they don't care. They can rob you. So this is why addicts, oftentimes, they have no support. They have nobody to open up to because they will be judged. People will alienate them and not want to have anything to do with them. So they keep these struggles within themselves. That's one. Another thing, especially for those who have tried to stop that habit, some of them could not cope with the at the withdrawal stage, because when you are trying to come out of an addiction, some people suffer what they call withdrawal symptoms. And that's why if you go to hospitals where they treat people with substance substance addiction, they had to substitute that drug they are withdrawing from. They have to be giving them something else. Medical people on this platform will understand what I'm talking about. So they're taking something from you. They have to give you something else. For example, people who are withdrawing from nicotine addiction, people who smoke a lot, tó dẹ̀ ti affect wọ́n ti ń wú àwọn ọkọ tó jẹ́ pé tán bá wú báyìí àwọn báyìí pé àwo lọ wọ́n ti ń wú àwọn ọkọ àwọn gan dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé àwọn ti ń lọ. So they're trying to come out of that addiction. People like that in the hospital, they give them either nicotine patch or they give them a kind of drugs that will substitute that that high or that feel they're getting from that cigarette. The addictive element in cigarettes is nicotine. So that is what they need to replace in their system. That is what their brain has now attuned to and is always craving and always demanding. So the withdrawal stage is always the problem. This is the point where people cannot survive. And don't withdraw from cigar. Tó bá ti ń yún ọrùn báyìí, tó bá ti ń fẹ́ fa kíní ẹ̀ bá nǹkan mẹ́rin tí ò rí nǹkan kan, problem á dé ni. So we need to understand this when dealing with an addict. We must understand that addiction cannot be cured in one day. Sometimes it can be cured in a year. And that's why they go to rehab and they are there for years. So when you have somebody struggling with one form of addiction or the other, you must understand this. You can't judge them. They have no control anymore. It's become now a compulsive behavior. They've lost control. Their brain now craves for that thing and they must give it to you. So you can't judge them. You must understand that it will take time. So if somebody is coming from an addiction, let's say ojúmọ́ kan tẹ́lẹ̀ ó mu 3 packs of cigarettes, then you ever come down see 2 packs, ẹ̀yìn don't just say wèrè ó ṣì mu cigar yẹn náà. Yes, ó ṣì máa mú, because addiction takes time to overcome. The way tó ṣe build ẹ̀ náà ni it requires steps or time to break it down. So such a person might lọ from 3 packs a day to 2 packs to 1 pack to 10 sticks to 5 to 2 to 1 per day to 1 per week, títí dìgbà tó máa fi sọ pé you know what, òun ti overcome. Everything has to be dealt with mentally. You are withdrawing. So you are giving your brain a new identity. Brain ẹ ti master ojúmọ́ kan o, iye báyìí ló láti mu. So you need to now train that brain again to reduce kíní yẹn. So some people cannot do this on their own, and that's why they need to go visit experts who will help them with their training and everything, put them through series of training, and sessions of rehabilitation to be able to take back control, and then they release them back into the society. Some are handling it well on their own, but the moment they are in the midst of their friends indulging in the same kind of behavior, wọ́n á kàn tó rí ni pé wọ́n á kàn tó pàṣẹ kíní ẹ̀ sí wọn náà ni wọ́n á dẹ̀ tún lò. And that's why sometimes they have to step out of this circle to a place where they will be on their own, alone, to fight that demon. So before we talk about treatment, the first step towards overcoming addiction, the first step is what I refer to as admittance. You must admit that yes, you have a problem. Wọ́n lọ́jọ́ tí wèrè bá mọ̀ wípé wèrè lòun, ọjọ́ yẹn ló gbádùn. Whatever addiction you are struggling with, that you're dealing with, the first step towards overcoming that addiction is you admitting that yes, mo ní problem. When you take that first step, that is when you can take the second step, which is seeking help. Seeking help. The first step is admitting that yes, o ní issue. Tó bá ti lè ṣe yẹn, I'm telling you, you're on the path to mend. So the second step now is to seek help. And where do you seek help? You go to the expert. Contact your doctor. The doctor will refer you to a psychologist or the appropriate treatment required for your specific type of addiction. So we're not just dealing with substance addiction here now. We're dealing with addiction in general. So you must speak out. If it's such that you know pé ilé ti fẹ́ ba yí ẹ jẹ́, ẹni tó bá dákẹ́ tara ẹ̀ máa bá dákẹ́. So you must speak out. You must seek help from the right expert. They know how to diagnose you and know your stage of addiction, and then know the appropriate kind of treatment to commence for you. So I've mentioned admittance, I've mentioned seeking help. The third one is you need support of your family or some form of circle of friends who can help you. These are the people that must understand your struggle. So they are there not to judge you, not to make fun of you, not to help you in continue to indulge in that thing, but to help you manage your coming out of it. So they understand your struggles. They know when you want that thing. Sometimes they allow you, and then they still speak to you and say, you know what, we got you. You got this. You can do this. They are like your support system. Call it hype people or hype men. They are there to always urge you on. Like, guy, you can do this. They are not the type that will encourage you or still pass that kind of thing to you. No. If they know you want to stop smoking, they are the type that would not smoke around you. Even though they are still smoking, they will not smoke around you because they know if they do, it will not money. Can I have a fag, please? So what they will do is they will always ensure that your surrounding is clean from that habit you are trying to break away from. So you need a support system. You need people who understand your struggles and who will be there to always support you and urge you on, even when you fall or when you relapse, because this will happen. There are days you will think, yes, I'm winning, I'm getting this, and then just one little stress will come, and then you just, you know what, you just fall back to it. Let me quickly use it and reset my brain. Before you know it, wow, I've done this again. You want to feel bad? These people are there to lift you out of that mood and say, you know what, no, guy, it happens. You just drop the ball, pick it up again, and keep going. And may I also at this point mention to as much as are listening to me on the show that always deal with issues that they are dealing with, always handling issues they're dealing with by indulging in one form of substance or the other, maybe alcohol, maybe cigarette, maybe weed or anything like that. That is not how you deal with life issues. You confront life issues. You don't suppress or mask life issues. So when you have stress or something is happening to you, you're dealing with certain issue, and you now go and drink to paronore. Yes, at that moment you will forget about those things. But the moment the alcohol wears out from your system, the issue is staring right back in your face. The moment the weed you took, when you come down from that high, that issue is staring back at you in the face. So all you have managed to do is just to mask that issue. And some people gone from this masking and they become addict, because immediately that thing wears out and that issue fling up again, they go on another one. They go on another one. Before you know it, some people become alcoholic. From there, they develop they have liver problem. From there, they have diabetes and everything like that. So, on Babylon. So what you need to do when you have issues is face these issues. Look at the issue in the eye. Give the issue a name. Olórúkọ. Dig into how it started. Admit your contributory negligence into that issue. And then ask yourself, how do I come out of it? How long will it take me? What are the things I need to do? This is how you confront issues. You don't hide from issues, life issues, by indulging in substances, by taking alcohol. All you are doing is just masking it. And as you are masking it, you are creating another problem for yourself. That life issue won't be solved, but then you are becoming an addict, and then you are also damaging your health. So let me go back to treatment. If you need to enter rehab after you have sought help, please do. It's for your own benefit. It's not a thing of shame. It's you wanting to take control back of your life. Because when you lose control, you've lost it. You've lost yourself. You've lost your life. We always have to stay in control. We always have to be in charge. There's so many things I indulge in myself, but none of these things has mastered me. So in essence, I know when to say no. I know when I want to do something. I know when I don't want to do it. So I have control over everything I do. And this is what you want to get back when you are trying to cure yourself of an addiction. So if you need to go into a rehab, please do. Go into the rehab, follow all the strict training or treatment that you'll be given, and have that willpower and determination to break this habit. Also, there are things you can do on your own in terms of breaking a habit. Like I said, every treatment you would apply to a particular addiction depends on the kind of addiction you're dealing with. So take gambling, for example. You know that tó bá ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ wá ta tẹ́tẹ́ ṣáà ni. Gbogbo àwọn onítẹ́tẹ́ tèmi dẹ̀ mọ̀, láti kékeré mi láti ìgbà tí mo ti ń rí àwọn onítẹ́tẹ́ ní Dùgbẹ̀ nìbàdàn. Aṣọ ìpé méjì lọ́rùn wọn. Wọ́n yẹn ń ta tẹ́tẹ́ ni wọ́n máa ń mu ògógóró. It's a pattern. So, but now it's become even easier because now there are apps that you just download on your phone. You don't even need to step out of your house before you can ruin yourself. So, a major step you can take is to delete all these apps from your phone. Delete the apps from your phone. O ti kọ́kọ́ pa urge kan nìyẹn. So, if you live in a place where you don't have betting shops close to you, á rò ẹ́ lójú kó tó wọ train or wọ bus lọ sí yànyàn bí tí betting shop wà to go and physically bet. So, with that, you are curbing the habit. That does not mean pé tó bá lọ iṣẹ́ tó bá ń padà bọ̀ òsì ní yà sí betting shop o. That will still happen. But like I said, it's a gradual process. You have to be breaking this habit bit by bit by bit by bit. Another thing you can do is to have your money moved somewhere else where it's not easily accessible to you. If you have somebody you trust, you can have them keep the money for you. And they only give it to you when they know a particular thing you need it for. When you give them some flimsy excuse or reason or whatever, they don't release the money to you. So these are conscious steps that you can take to help yourself break this sort of habit. Likewise, people dealing with pornography, you can restrict yourself from being able to access some of these sites. You can mind pages you follow and things like that, because ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pé kò bá kàn tẹ̀ tí kọ́kọ́ rí bọ́n ṣe pọ́n nǹkan kan sókè tó tún pọ́n sẹ́yìn yẹn lásán, the next thing tó fẹ́ ṣe báyìí ó fẹ́ sáré wo kinní yẹn kó dẹ̀ dání. It's step ni kò kàn ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gbì bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So àwọn nǹkan tó ń trigger ẹ̀, àwọn yẹn ló ń láti kọ́kọ́ deal pẹ̀lú. These are the little things. Don't try to attack the whole thing from the top. O máa struggle. You deal with it from kékèké. For somebody that is a food addict, you need to start from admitting that you have problem, and then move to the stage where you have to give yourself portions to eat and time to eat. And then by sticking to this, occasionally you will break this habit and things like that. But the most important thing is you are gaining back control. Dear, which is the most important thing in breaking an addiction. Let's get to Yeti's Kitchen. And when I return, in rounding up, I'll give you my own joker of how I've cured myself of some of my addictions. Mi ò lọ rehab, mi ò visit expert kankan, mi ò bá psychologist kankan sọ̀rọ̀. What are the things I did tí mo fi lè ní control lórí gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ń ṣe? I will share this when I return, and then I'll be rounding up the show after that. If you have anything, please drop it in the comment section. If you don't agree with any of the things I've said so far, ẹ kọ síbẹ̀ náà. While the advert is running, I will look through the comment section to see what comment or contributions I can pin or discuss more on. Mo ń padà bọ̀. Engineer, bá ń ṣàṣì.
Yeti's Kitchen, ilé oúnjẹ àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tó kalẹ̀ sílùú Manchester. Chilled out Afro and English fusion bar with great food, music, and movies. Kò sí oúnjẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ tẹ́ ò bá lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Serving the best fusion of African and English delicacies bíi jollof rice, ẹ̀wà àgànyìn, ẹ̀fọ́ rírò, jerk chicken, suya, ayamashi, goat pepper soup, bọ́gà lóríṣiríṣi àti àwọn ọtí ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni, eating, takeaway or delivery gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bá wọn lára mu. Oríṣiríṣi ètò ìgbádùn ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wọn bíi movie night, live jazz music, game night àti Lego play area for children to relax while you eat. Their opening times are Monday to Sunday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Address money, 299 Liverpool Road, Eccles, Manchester, M300QN. Telephone 0161 706 0062 tàbí 074 603 53448. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí email wọn ní food@yetiskitchen.com. For more information, visit their website www.yetiskitchen.com. Yeti's Kitchen, the best Afro-British restaurant in Manchester.
Thank you very, very much for staying with me. My sister, who happens to be a medical practitioner, has been, dropping comments which are in support of some of the things I've been saying. So definitely, I jẹ́ pé lamba kọ́ ni mò ń fún yín bí látàárọ̀. I said it from the beginning of the show that I'm not a medical practitioner, and I will not be talking from that perspective. I'll be talking from the real, a real perspective. Somebody who has, gone through this, and I'm just sharing with you what I know. And thank goodness we have somebody on the show who is, a medical expert, and she has been, dropping those medical terms to support some of the things I've said so far. Right. I know addiction is a mental issue. I know it's difficult. I know it's treatable. This one might sound controversial, but perhaps I'll have somebody, mention on the show if they don't agree with me. I don't think, I'm talking from my own perspective now, something I've tried. I don't think you can pray your way out of an addiction. You have to treat yourself out of an addiction. If there's anyone on the show who has prayed their way out of an addiction, please comment. If there's anyone on the show that knows someone who has prayed their way out of an addiction, please put it on the comment. Bon kankan tèmi mọ̀ ni wípé you have to walk. And when I say walk, I mean conscious effort and medical treatment is what will bring you out of an addiction. It involves you. It requires you willing to get out or to break it. Now, what is the joker? And I want everyone to pay attention at this stage. Like I've always said, everything about this life is principle. When you understand how things work, when you understand the basis táwọn kankan jókòó lé lórí, then you will know how to manipulate things. Tí nǹkan bá dẹ̀ dàrú, you know how to trace the solution back to the source. Now, everything we do in life, we do them for two main reasons. Number one, we do whatever we do to avoid pain. And secondly, we do whatever we do to derive pleasure. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nílé ayé, orí ìdí méjì yẹn ló jókòó lé lórí. To avoid pain and to derive pleasure. We all work, not because we love to work, but we're working because we want to avoid the pain of poverty. Poverty is painful. And that is why we all get up every single day and go out to work. Kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ nu wa. Ta ni ò fẹ́ lie down and be taken care of? But because to avoid the pain of poverty, we get up every day and go and hustle. Likewise, those who indulge in one form of behavior or the other, even to their own detriment, they do it because of some form of pleasure that they derive from it. Right. Having established that, we now have to bring out something I call a scale of balance. Every behavior, everything you indulge in, you now have to weigh it. What pleasure is this thing giving me? And what pain is it causing me? You must put them on a scale. So when the pain outweighs the pleasure, you know definitely this thing is not good for me. If the pleasure outweighs the pain, by all means you can continue. If you can withstand the pain. But in this case of addiction, definitely the pain outweighs the pleasure. So problem what? Now, to stop a thing mentally, like I said from the start, this thing is in the mind. The mind is a playing field now. Other psychologists and everything, they are playing with your mind. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ni wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. Counseling and all these things, they're playing with your mind. So now, let's talk to the mind. To stop a thing, to not want to indulge in a thing, in anything at all, you need to build enough pain around that thing. So, for example, maybe I'm worried that, oh, my kids, I don't want them to go into drugs and things like that. How do I make them not to go near drugs? I won't be with them all the time. I can't be monitoring them 24/7. What do I do? This is what I will do. On one of their holiday breaks, rather than taking them for an excursion to Disneyland or whatever, we will take a trip to a mental facilities where people who are having mental issues due to substance or drug abuse are being treated. Ibi tí màá mú wọn lọ nìyẹn. And we'll now take a walk around. They will see things for themselves. I will talk to them. What I'm doing is I'm building a mental image for them. That people who do this, this is how they end up. They will see it. And kan tó dẹ̀ máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn máa bà wọ́n lẹ́rù. What I've succeeded in doing is building enough negativity, enough pain around that particular habit or behavior. The job is done. When they get into an environment, they join a circle of friends and things who are indulging in things like that, they will be offered those things. But the first place their mind will go is that mental facility. And they have enough urge to say, you know what, guy, sorry. No, I'm fine. I don't want to. Now, compare this to someone whose mind or head is blank. Such person will indulge in it. Tẹ́ẹ̀bà síbẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ tó délé á tẹ perfume sára. Gbogbo amúgbó ló máa ń gbé perfume kiri. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ní mọ̀ pé ó ń ṣe. Until ìgbà tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí affect other aspect of his life. By that time, ó ti di addict. So, preventive measures cost much less than the penalties for neglect. So, for those who are not yet into that, the habits that people, indulge in around you, that oftentimes only fair who are lured into it or whatever thing like that. I want you to focus on the negativity of those things and build enough pain and negativity around that behavior you don't want to indulge yourself in. And naturally, you will draw back from it. Now, as I was talking, Egbon mentioned something. I said, addict are not in the right mind and senses to gauge pleasure or pain. Whatever they are addicted to is controlling their mind. Egbon, they are. And there are two classes of addicts now. We have addicts who are already what in the mental problem. Orí àwọn yẹn ti dàrú. So àwọn yẹn kọ́ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ fún bí nsìn. Àwọn yẹn ti wà mental facility. Àwọn yẹn ayé wọn ò sí lọ́wọ́ wọn mọ́. Ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba. So you might be right if those are the ones you are referring to. But when I'm talking about addict, people who are addicted to a kind of behavior, but are still functioning in the society. They still go to work, they still have families, or you don't know they are cocaine addicts that still have wives and children. But ìyàwó wọn ló mọ̀ pé bọ̀bọ́ ìyá ayé ẹ̀ ti ń bàjẹ́. Ó sì ń lọ bí iṣẹ́, ó sì níyàwó, ó sì lọ́mọ. So I'm referring to people who are addicts but are still functioning. And if this addiction is not arrested, they will slip out of control and end up in mental facilities. Àwọn yẹn ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa. So people like this have sane moments. They have moments where they understand that guy, ọmọ mi ìdẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe kinní mọ́. Kò sí addict ẹ máa rí. Even those homeless ones, kò sí addict ẹ máa rí tó yẹ pé at some point or the other wọn kì í sọ fúnra wọn wípé you know what, I don't want to. Some even cry. I don't want to do this anymore. Some cry. They don't want to. But they just feel that they don't have control. They look around them, they can't even find any support. People are judging them. So I'm sharing what they can do. Because they know wípé kíní ń hurt àwọn. They know. They know. They know that this thing is affecting their finances. Some people would have gone far in life. They'll have been very successful if they have not gambled away all their money. So what this person needs to do is to sit down and look at the years, the resources he or she has lost. Look at his association, how well his other friends are doing with their resources. When this person is thinking like this, what this person is doing, this person is building negativity around that habit. So it's one thing to say, I don't want to do this thing anymore, and just feel pity and feel sorry for yourself. You've not achieved anything. It's another thing for you to sit down, look yourself in the eye. I call it staff meeting. Mo máa ń ṣe staff meeting pẹ̀lú ra mi gan. Tí máa sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú fúnra mi. Tí máa sọ àwọn bastard ọ̀rọ̀ fúnra mi gan. So when you do this, you are building enough negativity around that thing you're doing. You are opening up wounds. You are finding reasons how this thing is damaging you. You are pinpointing cogent reasons of why this thing is not good for you. When you fill your mind with these things, when you fill your mind with this negativity, gradually the urge for that thing will be diminishing. Don't forget, I'm not saying overnight you will stop doing them. No. But wàá máa sún sẹ́yìn sí, á máa sú ẹ ṣe, á máa sú ẹ láti ṣe. Because each time you want to do it, you consider the negative impact. Oh, rí any pleasure nínú ẹ̀ mọ́. The moment you feel you want to go and gamble now, you are thinking of what, tí n bá win owó ní sí báyìí, màá kàn sáré fi ra kìíní ni, màá kàn sáré fi kí yẹn ló máa tì ẹ́ sí. Owó ò ní máa dúró lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. But the moment you fill your mindset with, I will lose this money, I will not be able to pay this, I will not be able to pay, I don't want to go and borrow this anymore and stuff like that. When you struggle with that, you might end up not going to bet that day. When you struggle with that, You might end up not betting the usual amount that you bet that day. O lè gé sẹ́yìn pé òkè tí n bá tiẹ̀ lose eléyìí no problem, at least màá ṣì lè sanwó ilé. Tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa fi san torí o rò pé o máa win big. But now you've built enough negativity around it, you've seen the damage it has caused you, the ridicule and everything. Àwọn yẹn ló ń rò all the time. O ò rí pleasure kankan nú ẹ̀ mọ́. Then you will be withdrawing. You'll be withdrawing. You'll be withdrawing. You'll be withdrawing until you lose complete interest. Another thing you have to do, say somebody that is dealing with substance, you might need to change your circle. If you are within the circle tó jẹ́ pé ẹ jọ indulge in that thing, you cannot remain in that circle and hope you can beat that habit. Kò possible. Kò possible. You have to withdraw. The moment you are in that circle, bọ́n fi lọ ẹ́ gan, tẹ́ bá ṣàjọ wàá kàn gbà náà ni, because it's natural to you. But the less of them, or the less of that thing you see, or the less of them indulging in that thing around you, the less of you doing it on your own. Tó bá ti wá strong in the level kan, ó sì lè bá wọn rò padà. At that point, ó ti ní control padà láti sọ pé tó bá nà sí ẹ kó sọ pé no, I'm cool. Because ó ti ní control padà. Ó yàtọ̀ sí tó jẹ́ pé òórùn ẹ̀ lásán tó bá ti gbọ́ báyìí ọmọ wàá ti máa gbọ̀n. Ó fẹ́ sáré gbọ́jà sára nìyẹn. So for example, I've seen couples of video on the social media where some youths, after taking Colorado, wàá rí bọ́n ṣe máa gbọ̀n nílẹ̀lẹ̀. I watched one where a lady, and she started taking off her clothes. Ó dẹ̀ wà bọ́ọ̀sì báyìí tó fi bọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ tán. She's out of her mind at that instant. Now, tírú ẹni bá ní ọ̀rẹ́ gidi l'around tán dẹ̀ fẹ́ help ẹ̀ láti má ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mọ́. After tára ẹ̀ bá ti balẹ̀, they shouldn't just laugh over the matter because they recorded that video. They should put the video to her or him. Wo kó wẹ̀sìn tó ṣe. In that person's sane moment, tó bá rí nǹkan tó ṣe òun, nǹkan nígbà tó ń ṣe yẹn kò mọ̀ o, tó ń lọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀, tó ń fìdí gbòdì, tó ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi nasty things. In their sane moment, when you pass them this video, called wo, what you are helping them to do is to build negativity around that thing. They will still be tempted to gbọ́jà sára again. But this time around, kíní tán ti wò yẹn á kọ́kọ́ play lórí wọn. Á wò pé ṣé mo tún fẹ́ ṣe kíní ìṣá? That person might walk away. This is what I applied in my own life. And today, nothing I indulge in has mastered me. I have control over anything I want to do. I have my priority properly set, and I would not allow one habit or behavior to influence or to affect the other. Everything I put on the scale of balance. pain and pleasure. If I know the amount I earn every month, I know how or things I need to disburse these funds on. Àwọn ìnáwó kan wà tó ń pè ní má jáṣírí mi ó tú. Once you can cover these bills, people will look at you from afar and pé ọmọ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn jẹ pé o. But the moment you can't cover this má jáṣírí mi ó tú bills, the moment you have to step out to borrow, ó ti ń dẹni ẹ̀sín. I hate to beg. So having built such negativity around begging and borrowing, I manage whatever comes into my hand judiciously. As much as I love shopping, I know how to control my shopping habit such that it does not affect the important things I should use my money for. But when you can't build your mind like this, you are easily influenced, you are not in control of anything, situations and circumstances ló máa fà ẹ́ káàkiri. Yes, I shop. I still shop. Shopping can be an addiction. It can be. Yẹ pé gbogbo nǹkan ló máa fẹ́ rà, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ ní. It can be. But what you need to do, you have to come to a point where, let me tell you what I did, because my brother mentioned here shopping addiction. My brother, before I got married, I work in central London. My friend then can testify. Mi ò lè wálé lójúmọ́ kan kí n má fà báàgì dání. Mi ò lè wálé lójúmọ́ kan kí n má fà báàgì dání. Máa ra nǹkan ṣáà ni. Now, shopping addiction will get to a point where you buy things that you don't even need. You just want to have it. Now, báwo mo ṣe cure ara mi? I started by moving. Tí n bá ti gba salary mi, máa move ẹ̀ sí savings tí ò ní card. Savings tí mi ò ní card fún, I move it there. Ètò máa ń ṣẹ́kù nínú account mi tó ní card are the ones that I use for my basic expenses. That is how I was able to reduce my shopping habit. Not stop it, you get me? Then I move a step further. Tí n bá ti rí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ rà, I will ask myself, ṣé mo nírú ẹ̀? If the answer is yes, the second question is, ṣó beat nǹkan tí mo ní nílé tẹ́lẹ̀ or kò beat ẹ̀? If the answer is no, màá drop kíní yẹn. That means I don't need it. So that pushed me to be buying only things of quality. The best of the best in my range or in my affordability. So if I have a glasses now and I see another glasses I like, before I buy that glasses, I must ask myself, ṣó beat glasses tí mo ní nílé tẹ́lẹ̀? If the answer is no, in terms of quality, in terms of style and everything like that, then I put it down. I will only buy another pair of glasses if definitely I'm going to use it to replace the one I have already, or it's completely different from what I have. So this dialogue must always be going on in your mind. You must set them there. They are like programming. Tá bá ń lo computer, tá bá ń ṣe programming ni, ó ń down sí àwọn command kọ̀ọ̀kan ni. That is how you must program your mind. Now I've gone to a level where I know a particular way I want to appear, a particular way I want to dress, a particular style I want to wear. So tẹ́ bá fi nǹkan lọ̀ mí tí ò bá ti fit into that category, naturally I don't just want it. I've programmed my mind like that. But tí n bá wá rí nǹkan tó fit into that category tí mo fẹ́ yẹn o, ìtàní má rà mí rò pé mo tí rí. And if it fits my quality criteria and it fits my style and everything like that, I don't look at price tag. I just get it. So you must set those commands, you must set those dialogues, you must set those things right there in your mind. This is just one aspect in most of you. Things that we struggle with are different. Ó pọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi. Ọtí ń tẹ́lòmíì. Aṣọ òpè méjì lọ́rùn ẹ̀ tó bá ní kó ra ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì nísìn. Èló ni tó bá sọ pé £100 ni. £100. Ìgò ẹnẹsí mẹ́ta nìyẹn. Gbogbo nǹkan lé ayé ẹ̀ kọ́rẹ́nsì ẹ̀ ẹnẹsí ló máa ń ṣẹ́ sí. Òun kò mọ náírà, pounds or dollar. Value forex tiẹ̀ ẹnẹsí ni. Ó mọ price ẹnẹsí. Ó dẹ̀ máa ṣẹ́ sí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ti fi lọ. Sorú ẹni yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dìgbà tó bá rí program mind tó mọ damage ẹnẹsí kó tó lè recondition life. Otherwise bá ṣe máa bá yé nìyẹn. What about to buy and keep? Maybe you sent this message before I explain other aspect. You have to set conditions. You have to set programming that like give you very strict window to work with. Because ẹni tó jẹ́ shopping freak gbàgàdà ni ẹnu ọ̀nà ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ báyìí. Kò mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan wọ́n rà. Kò mọ̀ pé gbà kan wọ́n rà nǹkan kan. But you need to come to a point where you narrow it down. You can even give yourself a budget and say, this is my shopping budget for this month. Some people don't have budget, so open-ended, wọ́n náwó. You can give yourself a budget and say, yeah, màá ṣe ra nǹkan, but iye báyìí ni. And when you limit yourself to that budget, that's a way of curbing your excess. So at the end of the day, when you were just set that budget, tó wáyé pé orí pàtẹ́yọ kan ni budget yẹn parí sí, ó ti tán náà nìyẹn. So it's all about taking control. It's all about setting dialogues that you must answer yes or no before you approve that thing. Ó dàbí ọ̀mùtí ni. Ó mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ọdẹ ló ń ṣe. Wọ́n gbà kó mutí wá biṣẹ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ pè ẹ́ sí pátì. Ìwọ dẹ̀ rèé, òun tí ẹ̀ ń fotí, òun rọ́tí sójú. Wàá bara jẹ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n ló fẹ́ mutí tó máa lọ biṣẹ́. Wọ́n á lé ẹ̀. So the dialogue you can set in your mind is this. Bàtọ́ sọ fún pé pátì wà o, ṣáyó máa wà o, tó ti gbọ́ báyìí, tétí ẹ ti na ṣáyó yẹn báyìí. next thing béèrè pọ́jọ́ wo ni tó bá ti sọ pọ́jọ́ báyìí tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun lọ bí iṣẹ́ ńjọ́ kejì kò sọ fún wọn pé sorry pé mi ò mọ̀ náà mi nílé wà tó mò ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ ńjọ́ kejì bá dẹ̀ mú tí mi nílé lọ. With that o ti ṣe nǹkan kan nìyẹn. But when you don't have those controls set, wàá gbàbẹ̀ lọ ni wàá mutí wàá yó bí ìrù àdìjọ́ kejì wàá ti sùn gbàgbé wàá wá jí kúrakúra ó ti pẹ́ irọ́ ò mà tún wá pa fún ọmọ iṣẹ́ lè báyìí o ta mà tún wá ló kú báyìí gbogbo ẹ̀ mo ti fi parọ́ tán pé ó ti kún fámìlì ta mà tún ló kú báyìí o ò mọ nǹkan tó máa sọ. At the end of the day o débi iṣẹ́ bó ṣe ń ṣà láti máa sọ fún ọ tọ́gá ẹ̀ súnmọ́ ẹ ló ń súnmẹ́yìn ló ń gúnfẹ̀ ló ń gbòòrùn ọtí lára ẹ̀ wọ́n á kàn sọ fún ẹ pé kó máa lọ ní iṣẹ́ bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ nìyẹn. So bóyá tó bá ti lose iṣẹ́ bíi 2 or 3 báyà wà jókòó jọ kan wàá ronú pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni ọtí ó fẹ́ ba ayé mi jẹ́ o ó fẹ́ gba ọtí lọ ó fẹ́ gba àtijẹ lẹ́nu mi o. Àwa jókòó wà build enough negativity around that such that wàá sọ fúnra ẹ pé tí n bá ti ríṣẹ́ mi eléyìí ò ní happen mọ́. Not that you will not be invited to where they are drinking or whatever thing like that, but the negativity you built around that behavior will make you either curb your excesses and have control. Because the key thing in addiction is lack of control. But the moment you have control, mean you ma mutí mọ́, but you must be able to say ìgbà báyìí mo fẹ́ mu, quantity báyìí mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ mu. Ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ kò mọ̀ gauge. Kò mọ̀ gauge. You must understand yourself. Bó bá ṣí ọtí lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ ẹlòmíì báyìí kó bá kàn ti gbóòórùn ẹ̀ lásán ó ti yó. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀rẹ̀ is not by percentage. Wọ́n bá mú dídí go JD tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n ṣe ń lọ ni. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀rẹ̀ just a glass is enough. A máa wí bótò ni. So you must understand yourself and set dialogues and set command and put things in your brain to work with such that you know when to say enough now. You know when to say no, I'm not coming because ẹ máa mutí ń bẹ̀ mí ìdẹ̀ fẹ́ mutí tí n bá dẹ̀ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ máa mutí and stuff like that. So I don't want to take too much of your time, and I hope I've been able to break this down in a practical way for you to know that you are dealing with the mindset. For those who are chronic addict tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n ti yíwọ́ sí ibòmíì, àwọn yẹn kọ́ ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa wọn. Àwọn yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ wọn dọ̀rọ̀ ọwọ́ ìjọba gan ọ̀dẹ̀ rí nǹkan ṣe tí wọ́n á kàn máa gbá wọn lábẹ́rẹ́ náà ni. They section them. So ìyẹn ti bọ́ sódì. So àwọn tí ò tí ì di level yẹn là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa wípé àtúnṣe ṣì wà. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for listening to my rambling. And I hope I've been able to talk nonsense tonight. Thank you for all those who contributed, those who chipped in one thing or the other. I appreciate you. And and I hope you've been able to pick one thing or the other tonight that you can, apply. And also maybe, help people around you that are struggling with one form of addiction or the other. Sometimes things we learn on this platform is not for ourselves alone. It can be knowledge that you acquire and you can use in helping others. So, oníyanṣẹ́ ọlọ́kàṣe ò ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mi fìfẹ́ jẹ́ náà mo kí yín o. Ẹ ní rí bàjẹ́ ẹ ní rí dààmú o. Ojo Oniti. Special thanks to Yeti's Kitchen for sponsoring this show. Please contact them for your catering needs, food supplies, or even to pick up a copy of the recipe book put together by Chef Yeti. Apologies for stepping a bit outside our normal time. Kò ní máa wáyé ní gbogbo ìgbà, but sometimes I take my time in expressing myself that I lose track of time. So I apologize for this. We've come to the end of the show. And until we meet again next week, remain blessed and have a wonderful weekend. Love you. And show me love, Keto, my love. If you've enjoyed tonight's show, smash the love button. Ẹ jẹ́ kí èmi náà mọ̀ pé ẹ gbádùn mi. Thank you for the love. 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 Thank you. Ẹ ṣé o. Títí lẹ́yìn Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Títí lẹ́yìn Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ó ṣé o bàbá, ó ṣé o bàbá, ó ṣé o ọkọ, ó ṣé ẹ̀dùn. Mẹ́ta lọ́kàn máa ṣe ó ṣé o bàbá. Ẹ̀bí ní sẹ́ẹ̀rì ìtumọ̀ èyí tí í ṣe. Títí lẹ́yìn Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀bí ní sẹ́ẹ̀rì ìtumọ̀ èyí tí í ṣe. Títí lẹ́yìn Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́.